What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for being with me. A reporter finally asked the question. Let's talk about it.
Or where they went, they caught 78 known terrorists within the beginning of this year alone.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe to my channel here. The website is uniteamericafirst.com. Okay, let's get right into it. You have the press corps. The press corps has been in love with Joe Biden, the Democrats, the press corps. They get the information. I remember, it made me think about it. If I thought about it sooner, I would have got the video clip where Nancy Pelosi said, we put the information out there to the news, and then when it comes back to us, we just confirm it, right? So they've been telling their state media, right? They've been doing it all along. And many of y'all probably know what I'm talking about when Nancy Pelosi said that. I thought it was really weird. It's like she's just admitting it. Yeah, we got state media. But anyways, the corruption that we see here in the United States of America when it comes to the FBI, the DOJ, the DOD, the FTC, the FFA, just every last one, the IRS, the ATF, the corruption is like they're all against the United States of America. None of them work for the people. They all work for the Democrat Party. Every last one of them. And they've been doing this for years now. And when I'm talking about it, and I'm talking about it here, many of y'all go, well, we already know this. Tell us something we don't know. Tell us something we don't know, right? Because we know that it's so corrupt right now. My question is how do we recover from this? How do we get past this? Because the corruption is not stopping. They know that we know that they're corrupt and they're continuously doing the corruption. And then they turn around and lie to us and tell us that they're not doing the corruption. And then they get caught doing the corruption. And then they tell us that they made changes so that corruption doesn't happen again. But then again, the corruption just comes right back in a different shape or form, something else with the corruption. And it's all to benefit the left. Every last bit of it is to benefit the left, and we've all been seeing it. We've all been experiencing it. And you know what? They're not even hiding the fact that's what they're doing now. They're not even hiding it. So in the press, you do split screen here. So you have the press corps, right? You have people in the press, and they bring up the whole question about the corruption with Joe Biden, where most of the country, they see the corruption that's taking place. And then when it comes to the Biden crime family, you don't even have to question it any longer. The FBI has gone out of their way, which we'll talk about some of that tonight. The FBI has gone out of their way to defend the Biden crime family. You have Congress requesting information docs from the FBI, and the FBI is refusing to give the information to Congress. Refusing to do it. If these documents are not highly classified documents, there's no reason not to do it. But listen to this reporter asking. This is Kirby, right? Listen to the reporter ask this question about the United States of America, the people in America, talking about Joe Biden's criminal, but his corruption, all the corruption that surrounds him. And I want y'all to look at the expression on his face. Watch this.
In the middle of this, there was a Harvard-Harris poll this month that found that 53% of the public, including a fourth of Democrats, believe, quote, Joe Biden was involved with his son in an illegal influence peddling scheme. There's, of course, evidence that the president interacted with his relatives, associates from China, Mexico.
Now, all of this is true. All of this information has been coming out, and we know it's true. But watch, I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all can hear him, right? Someone finally brings it up, asking the question about this corruption. And you know they don't like this right now because I'm talking about it and I'm sharing it with you. Many other people are talking about it as well. Listen.
Mexico, Kazakhstan, Russia, and Ukraine. So what do you say to the majority of Americans who believe that the president is himself corrupt?
Wow, really? Really?
Can I take that question?
The president has spoken to this. The president has spoken to this. And there's nothing to these claims.
What? You hear this? He said Biden has spoken into this. Biden's spoken about this. There's nothing to these claims. So we're to believe that the Hunter Biden laptop never existed. There is no laptop. It never existed. Forget about the laptop. There is no laptop. Right? That's what they want us to believe. This is a prime example of how they're treating us and acting like we're too stupid to recognize, to understand the corruption. We see the corruption. This is why I'm asking the question. How much can we sustain? How much can the United States of America continue down the path of this corruption when we see it taking place? It's a valid question. You know, it kind of makes me think about the animated cartoons, you know, like The Simpsons and South Park, where they put the truth into these videos, into these segments. I used to watch them years and years and years ago. But anyways, they would put the truth in there and people are just looking at it laughing because they see the truth in a cartoon shape, but we know that it's actually happening in the real world. Same thing here. Joe Biden goes overseas. Hunter Biden's with him. They have all these extravagant dates. These little girls and stuff show up, right? Pictures of Hunter Biden all out there. And I will never, ever share them. I'm like scrolling through Twitter and want to pop up on the feed. And I'm like, this is completely disgusting. But he just said it's not even happening. It's like it's not even there. Like it's not even real. This is crazy. So you finally actually get a reporter to ask the question. I don't know who that reporter is, but that reporter should get a Nobel Peace Prize because I'm telling you, because that reporter that actually asked that question probably, you know, they're probably going to go after that reporter to get that reporter fired.
Yeah, he's not going to be in that room anymore.
Yeah, or he'll never walk through that doors again. I mean, seriously, he'll probably never walk through the door again. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Wow. Shannon, don't we have an article about the FBI when it comes to them today? Did you have that article queued up? There was an article where the FBI told Congress that in order for you to see these docs pertaining to Joe Biden, the only way that you can see them is if you come to us. And this is what this is what I'm getting out of it, what the FBI is saying. The FBI is basically saying, in order for you to see these documents that you know that we have, in order for you to see them, you have to come to us in controlled environment.
I didn't get that one. Was there an article?
Yeah, there was an article.
So you had the article.
I apologize. My bad. I didn't share. But there was.
Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, let me break it down to you if she can find the article or not. Maybe I'll give you most of it here. So you have what is it? Well, his name is
Comer.
You have Comer, but I was thinking about Christopher Wray. You have Christopher Wray. He was subpoenaed to release the documents from the FBI to Comer, to Congress, because they requested them. The FBI is supposed to listen to Congress when they make these requests. But you have Christopher Wray saying no. And then today, because today was the day, Christopher Wray said, okay, I will allow you to look at the documents. You hear this? This is what he's saying. I'm paraphrasing here, people. He says, I will allow you to look at the documents, but you, Congress, you're going to have to come here and where I can control the information. I get to control what you see. I get to control what you take out of it. That's what they want. And Comer is saying, no. I want all of the documents. You need to send me the documents. He said, you need to send us the documents so we can go through them, so we can make sure that we can go through them with a fine-tooth comb. But the FBI, for some reason, don't want them to do that. The question is why? Why? And I said this when it first came out, and I've started hearing other people talk about this too. When it first happened, when the FBI was doing this, I said, well, who's going to arrest Christopher Wray? No one's going to arrest Christopher Wray. The FBI is not going to do it. The DOJ is not going to do it. The DOD is not going to do it. The IRS is not going to do it. The military is not going to do it. So who's going to arrest him? I said this, and other people started saying it, that the sergeant at arms can be he's the only one that can actually go arrest him. The only one. And I brought it up and I said, now the only way that would not happen is if McCarthy, which we'll talk about McCarthy tonight. I mean, come on, people. The only way that would not happen if McCarthy says, nope, you can't use him because he's a Speaker of the House. But as a Speaker of the House, he can say, yep, go ahead.
Okay, I have the article.
You have an article? Okay, let's bring the article up.
Yep. So this is the only place I saw it was on News Nation. It said the FBI has refused to hand over the documents requested by House Democrats. The Comer has threatened, of course, Wray with contempt of Congress. The two are continuing to meet and negotiate. It does say the FBI director confirmed Biden documents do exist. So he's admitting that. Before he said he couldn't, if you remember. Mm-hmm. And Comer said this. He said, while Director Wray, after a month of refusing to even acknowledge that the form exists, has offered to allow us to see the documents in person at FBI headquarters, we have been clear that anything short of producing these documents to the House Oversight Committee is not in compliance with the subpoena. If the FBI fails to hand over the document as required by the subpoena, the oversight will begin contempt of Congress proceedings. So that's where we're at so far.
I mean, people. See, Comer, you know what? And I hope that they stick to their guns. I hope they stick to this and say, nope, you send us the docs. Send us the docs. I hope they don't cave in like McCarthy. Sometimes he's a Republican, and most of the time he's a Democrat.
But here's the thing. He's literally admitting the document does exist. Yes. He's saying that the docs do exist because the only way that you can view these docs if you come to me, because it will be in a controlled environment. Yeah, they don't want him to take it into custody and have it as a pile of evidence.
Yes, they'll be able to actually show the truth. They'll be able to show it to the people. They'll be able to show the corruption.
But that's up to Congress whether or not they want to do it. They have oversight over over FBI.
Yeah, it's not the FBI's decision. It's Congress's decision. And Congress has made a decision because they're in a position to do so. And you have the FBI. My question to everybody that's watching right now, do you think the FBI works for the people, the USA, or for the Dems? Can you put that in there? Just type USA if you think the FBI works for the USA. Or just type Dems if you think they work for the Dems. Which one do you think? Just type it, just put it in there for me. Okay, let's switch it up a little bit here. You have the debt ceiling. They're supposed to be voting tonight, people. They're supposed to be voting on it tonight. They had a short vote earlier about if they're going to actually go into the vote, which was kind of odd to me. I guess I didn't pay attention to politics like that before. Now I'm starting to really pay attention to it because it's really weird. So
they come up with rules for the voting.
They came up with a rule so they can. These are the rules on the voting.
I know.
Which I'm still trying to. I'm pretty sure someone out there said, "Well, this is how it works." Okay, fine. But anyways. You had to get 218 in order to go ahead and say, yes, we're going to rule to vote on it. And we're going to make the rules to vote for the rules to vote on the bill. Okay. So they got 218. So now they're going to actually look like they're going to vote on it tonight. If you ask me, this is the Democrats taking us into full on communism, and they have McCarthy to help them do it. And McCarthy's coming out there trying to say, this is a great bill for Republicans. This is a win for us. And Joe Biden is going, I didn't have to do nothing. McCarthy, he gave me everything that I wanted. We, the Democrats, were all happy. We don't have to worry about anything. We got everything we want. We got all of the communism, the whole socialism deal that we want in there. They're sitting back like this right now. We got everything that we want. We don't have to worry about anything. We like it. That's exactly what's happening. Joe Biden said that as soon as it happened. But the interesting thing is, the most interesting thing to me is that they knew that this was coming down the pipe. McCarthy did. McCarthy knew exactly what he was doing. He did this on purpose. And I'm hoping that the Republicans don't hold back and they do their due diligence. Now, you have this dude here. This dude. Now, this is a long clip. I'm not going to play all of it, but I just want to play some of this so y'all can get the gist of it. He's happy right now. Anytime you have those that want to destroy the country happy, there's a problem. McCarthy has just made the Democrat Party extremely happy. How do you feel about this? I wonder. How do you feel?
Yeah, because before they said McCarthy had no bill. This was not a real bill.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden it's real.
Yes.
They're all on board.
Yes.
Everybody, they're saying Democrats fall behind.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to sit there and think. And we're supposed to think that McCarthy didn't compromise.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. They all kept saying that this is not a real bill. We're going to do Joffrey's even said that he's going to do his own bill.
He sure did.
But now he's happy with this one. Come on, people. We're being set up. We're being set up.
Discussion about the moment that we are in, and of course about the importance of avoiding a catastrophic default. In that meeting, I made clear that I'm going to support the legislation that is on the floor today, and that I support it without hesitation, reservation, or recommendation. Not because it's perfect, but in divided government, we, of course, cannot allow the perfect to be the enemy of the good. And President Biden did an incredibly good job under difficult circumstances in protecting some key priorities and values for the well-being of the American people. This process has been one where the extreme MAGA Republicans were determined.
You hear this? This is the same rhetoric. You go, the extreme MAGA Republicans. Let me ask you a question. What is an extreme MAGA Republican? I mean, really, can someone tell me what is an extreme MAGA Republican? I mean, because he constantly says it. Is that because I love the United States of America? Because I love my God? Because I want children to be safe? Because I don't want us to go the way of communism? That makes me extreme? Makes you extreme? I mean, he says this rhetoric all the time, like it's a bad thing to love your country. And if it was up to him, that flag would not even be behind him. The American flag would not even be there if it was up to the Democrats.
To take the country down one of either two directions. Door number one, it wanted dramatic, draconian, devastating cuts that would have adversely impacted the health, the safety, or the economic well-being of the American people. And they were going to use a hostage-taking situation to force those extreme right-wing cuts down the throats of the American people.
I mean, come on. Look at the smirk on his face. Look at the smirk on his face. He's saying that the Republicans was holding the United States of America hostage. We just don't want you to pour money into stuff that's not going to benefit the American people. We don't want you to pour it into wokeism. It's really a no-brainer here. It really is. It's a no-brainer, but they can't figure it out. They know what they're doing, and they're lying because the truth is not in them.
Door number two, if they are unable to get the draconian, dramatic, devastating cuts, consistent with what was in their Extreme Default on America Act that they passed on the House floor, with the deciding vote being the serial fraudster, George Santos, on April 26th, if they were unable to get the Default on America Act, they were willing to walk America through door number two. And door number 2.
And actually, he smells like door number 2. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He even looks like door number 2. I'm just saying.
Stop.
Was a devastating, dangerous default. Crash the economy. Trigger a job-killing recession. Because as many of them indicated, including the chair of the Republican National Committee, that they believed that a default and a crashing of the economy would benefit them politically in 2024.
Okay, I'm going to stop him there. I mean, because he goes on and on with the same rhetoric.
I mean, the more he talks,
it's so much that, you know what? That's what you call hate speech, because he's lying. He's literally lying. What were you going to say, Shannon?
I was saying it just proves that this bill is a bad bill.
Yeah.
It just proves that it's what the Democrats want. Anytime Hakeem Jeffries can get up there and praise it.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. I'm telling you, anytime he goes in, this is great. This is great. I mean, really, it's great. Like he's eating a bag of Skittles. I'm just saying, you know. But anyways.
What's a bag of Skittles got to do with it?
The
rainbow?
Oh, there you go.
I was talking about the rainbow?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Look. McCarthy knew what he was doing. And he was setting up for the 100 days. McCarthy came out there saying that I've tried to sit down with Joe Biden. This is the setup. Look, I'm gonna lay it out for you. This is how it was setting up. McCarthy come out for 100 days. Trump said, we need to make a deal. We need to make a deal. I'm trying to sit down with Joe Biden. He's not sitting down with me. I believe that McCarthy went to Joe Biden in the beginning of those 100 days and said, look, Joe, let's do this. We can get people to believe that we're fighting one another, and I'll get the Republicans to rally behind me. And then we'll get right down to it. And then we'll just go, okay, we got a deal. And I'll just go along with your deal. And Joe Biden, by golly, that's a great deal. We do it. So just push it along, get all the Republicans to get on board. And then right at the end, we'll just go ahead and throw it in there. And that's exactly what happened. I'm telling you, that my personal opinion, that's what happened. And it's more likely accurate because that's what we're seeing. That's what's taking place. Kind of look at this video here. It kind of, and I've been thinking about that. And then I saw this video, which kind of somewhat confirmed it. Listen.
Are you saying you think leadership coordinated with the White House and with the Democrat leadership to get this phony CBO scoring?
I think the whole thing's kind of coordinated. Think about it. And what I'm talking about is I believe that they had a deal a week ago and that they were just delaying releasing it until they had wrapped their bow around it, you know, and so they delayed it. And what happened? The White House let Kevin McCarthy go out and try to sell this to the Republican conference first and go on. And then what happened is Biden's team goes in and talking to Democrats. Democrats were being called and told, hey, you can't bash this deal too much because we're getting a good deal and we don't want to drive Republicans off.
There it is. There it is. There it is. We don't want to drive them off. You know, just make it look like we're fighting one another. You know, make it look like we're going back and forth, and then we'll just slap it on them. And that's essentially what happened. That's essentially what took place. 100%. We can say, at least the way I'm seeing it, that's what took place. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Put in the comments. Yes, Will, you're wrong. McCarthy didn't do that. McCarthy didn't do that. McCarthy's with us, Will. You're wrong. Joe Biden is great. You're wrong, Will. Joe Biden's looking out for the best interests of somebody, but you're wrong, Will. Tell me in the comment. It's okay. It's okay. You can say, Will, you're wrong. Am I? I really want to know. I really want to know. Because, you know, they kept saying that there was no negotiation. You know, there's a video with Karine Jean-Pierre that they put out there, and it's kind of a long video. I'm not going to play it here. But there's a video where she's constantly saying that we're not going to negotiate. There's no negotiation. You give us what we want. Nowhere the highway. There's no negotiation. It goes on and on and on. It's so much of her. It's almost like you start getting nauseous just looking at her. But let me share something real short with her. Look at this one, because here she's lying through her rabbit teeth, trying to tell everyone that they've been trying to negotiate.
And the president said from the beginning that he would negotiate with Republicans on a budget, just like it has been done every year.
Yeah, y'all remember she said that? Like it's been done every year. But Joe Biden and all of them didn't want to negotiate. And Joe Biden just past weekend said, I didn't have to change anything. I didn't have to give up anything. We got everything that we wanted. Let me put this up on the screen real quick. For everybody that's on Facebook, I think we can put it right up here. For everyone that's on Facebook, do this for me. Do this right here. You see this? If you can go ahead and bring it up there for me. You see that right there? You type that in there. Exclamation point notify. If you're on Facebook, exclamation point notify. You type that in and you'll get notifications. Okay. And if you're on Rumble, we go to Rumble here. And if you're on Rumble, go ahead and like, follow, subscribe. Please do that right now. And the same thing on YouTube right there. Same thing on YouTube. Share this video, hit the thumbs up. Same thing on Rumble. Okay. Let me share this with you with McCarthy. McCarthy comes out and again, he's trying to convince all the Republicans that he's got a great deal here. I'm like, what? Again, he's treating us the same way the Democrats do. Like, the Democrats believe the American people are stupid. Like they can just do all this stuff and the American people are so stupid they'll go along with it because they have a lot of stupid people that do. Listen.
We're going to pass the largest cut in American history. It's just a small step putting us on the right track. We made good policies in here with work requirements. It's going to change people's lives. People are going to get a job because of it. Roads are going to be built because of need reform faster. It's going to save us money in the long run. If I'm a member of Congress, I wouldn't want history to pass me by when I could do the biggest cut, when I could do work reforms for welfare, when I can see that we can reform NEPA for the first time in 40 years, so you're cutting the red tape, so you build things and make America competitive. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. But on history, I'd want to be here with this bill today.
Oh, my goodness. Really? I mean, this dude, he irks me. I mean, he really does. He irks me because he's coming out there, and this is the sometimes McCarthy, right? Sometimes he's Republican, and most of the time he's a Democrat. Rhino, rat. Do y'all know what a rat is? Let me talk about this real quick. Then I got one more clip on this I want to share with y'all. Actually, let me share this clip before we get to the rat. Let me share this one because this gentleman is not a rat. He's the opposite of a rat. He's talking about, now listen what he says about President Trump right off the bat in this short clip. And I tend to agree with President Trump. And I think these Republicans that are standing here tend to agree too. They see exactly how bad this is. They're taking the country down the communist routes, people. Listen.
President Trump said he thought we should default rather than pursue this kind of lunacy. At the end of the day, the only person that would default in this town is Joe Biden, unless Republicans default on the American dream by voting for this bad bill. That is why this group will oppose it. We will continue to fight it today, tomorrow, and no matter what happens, there's going to be a reckoning about what just occurred unless we stop this bill by tomorrow.
I don't know if they're going to be able to stop it, Shannon. I don't know.
They're going to have the vote sometime. Actually, it might be going on right now.
Yeah,
let me actually look.
Something's going to happen. So I don't know. It's just not really a good time for America. The past 2 years has just been really, really devastating. The past 3 years, what the left has been doing to this country is really devastating, right? But there's still light at the end of the tunnel, right? We get to speak out against this. We get to fight this, right? We get to fight this. Now, I'm not talking about we have to be violent because that's what they want. They would love to get a video of Will Johnson out there just going around and just start beating up people. They would love to get, oh, look at this. Look at this. Look, see, he said that he's a peaceful guy, but look at him. If you ever see a video with AI, it's not me. I'm just saying right now, if you ever see a video of Will Johnson beating up people, that's from AI. Well, unless you're messing with little children, then it's probably me. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. But what I was going to say a minute ago about the rat. Do you know what the rat is? So I call them demon-crats, right? There's demon-crats. These are Democrats that are into witchcraft, all of this, the stuff with the children, all the demonic stuff. That's why I call them demon-crats. Now you have demon rats, right? There is a difference. The demon rats are rhinos. The rat stand for Republican in name only. R-A-T, or actually Republican in name, right? Rhino is rhinos against Trump. R-A-T. Demon rats. You have demon rats and you have demon-crats. The demon rats are rhinos against Trump. Spread it around. Spread it around. Spread it around. Rhinos against Trump. You can't even make it up. They're rats. That's all that they are. Okay. We're getting ready to get to that point. Let me do split screen on this right here. I'm not going to play this one until after we go over to Rumble. And there's a reason why I'm not going to play this here. And if you want to see what this video is about, for those of you that have not seen this, you're going to have to join me on my Rumble page, which you can find right here. You go to rumble.com/Will Johnson/live. Rumble.com/Will Johnson/live. Or you can go what you see down in the green, the www.uaf.media. And don't forget, if you haven't already, can you go back to full screen to me one more time and put the Facebook thing up here for me, Facebook, for everybody that's on Facebook. And now I wish they had this for Rumble. Maybe one day they will, and YouTube maybe one day. But as of right now, at least on Facebook, if you type !notify, that's only if you want to get notifications for Will Johnson's videos. Right? You can always turn it off, but if you type this in, you'll get notifications, and it'll let you know if your notifications are turned on. So if you've already have notifications turned on, it'll let you know. Okay. That's pretty cool. And also for Rumble, hit that thumbs up for me and share it for me. And the same thing on YouTube. I just want to show that one more time. Maybe I'll make that a little bit bigger, right? Because some people might not be able to see it. It's a little small. Okay. Let's put the Rumble page back on the screen. And we have
a few people.
I know. I don't want to say thank you. Let's make it full screen and say thank you to a few people.
We have Facebook stars. We have Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Andrea. Catherine. Chuck. Rodney. And Ann.
Thank you so much for the blessings. Thank you so much. And last night we had a wonderful person give us a Rumble rant, which was such a blessing. And it's just a blessing. And you know what? I never complain about how much people support me with. And it's all a blessing. That's who I am. It's all a blessing. And that's how I see it. Anything is a blessing from God, because it takes a lot to continue doing all this. It takes a lot to keep bringing this information. And it takes a lot to put myself out there, because there's people that send me death threats. Okay. I'm going to tell you about that death threat on the other side. Okay. We're going to end it here on Facebook and YouTube, and then you're going to hear about it when we go to Rumble. So if you want to see the video I just talked about and hear about the death threat that Will Johnson just received, come over to Rumble.
If not, God bless, and we will see you tomorrow night.
Yep. God bless. All right. Are we almost there?
Yep.
All right, cool.